Happy New Year. I'm Doug Keating, and this is Letter to Sons, my personal blog where I share life lessons I've learned along the way. Today, I'm going to talk about how to start the new year off on a strong note. Let's kick things off with today's theme song, provided by Led Zeppelin. Let's get the lead out in 2021. It's 2021. I'm implementing a new approach to blogging this year. Video first, text later. In the past, I've written out the blogs and those have served as my scripts for all my videos. Moving forward, I'm going to record the video first and then transcribe the text later. It is similar to how some bands write their songs, music first, lyrics later. I thought it might be useful to give this a shot in 2021, something a little different. Let's get this party started with how to start the new year off on a strong note. Reality check. 2020 was a tough year. I don't think any of us expected what happened in 2020. Sure, some of you probably had a good year. I actually can't complain. I had a pretty good year. But there's a ton of things that happened in 2020 that were completely unexpected. I think we all want a better year in 2021. Bottom line up front, I believe that it takes a little planning in order to make your desired future to become real. If you don't think so, I recommend stop watching this video at this point. It'll be a complete waste of your time if you'd rather just wing it in 2021. Instead, what I'm going to share is a process that I use for how to set annual goals. It's January, the typical time when a lot of us are sitting down and mapping out what we're going to try and accomplish in the year 2021. Each year, I set annual goals. I've been doing this for over a decade. I started out many years ago just by jotting down some notes as far as what I wanted to accomplish. My method for goal writing has evolved over the years. In 2015, I got serious and created a format for my annual goals, which I still use today. It is a slide package, a little over 10 charts that really map out what the goal is and how I'm going to achieve that goal. I know, some of you are saying that's way more complicated than anything I want to do. The process itself actually isn't that complicated. And what I'm doing is boiling down the key components and sharing those. This month, I'm going to share those components each week and recommend a way for you to make 2021 a better year for you. Let's start by beginning with a simple concept for how to frame the entire year. The question I want you to answer is, what is your word for the year? That's right, one word that represents what you want to accomplish in the year 2021. I credit the concept for this idea to a good friend of mine, Bill Webner. Back in 2015, we were talking about what we wanted to accomplish for that year. And he shared that he had come up with the idea he wanted to be present. What that meant was he felt like life was flying by, that he wasn't paying attention, and his overall goal for the year is just to be present. I decided to borrow that idea, and in 2015, I went with the guiding idea of practicing positive presence. My concern was I was going through a divorce, pretty bad mood on a regular basis, and I didn't want to transmit that to others, especially my kids. In 2018, the theme was start second half strong. I turned 50 and figured it would be the second half of my life, and I wanted to start it strong. Last year, I decided to simplify the guiding idea for the year to a single word. I've heard several gurus recommend this approach, and it aligned well with some of Tim Ferriss's content. For example, Tim Ferriss likes to say, make one decision that prevents you from making 1,000 decisions. And that is the idea of the one word. It'll help guide your thinking throughout the year. Last year, Kim and I decided to give this idea a try. And we found out it is genius. It works so well that I'm sharing the idea with you. Spend some time thinking about what is your one word for 2021. Here are a few simple rules to follow. 1. It must be a single word. That means one. 2. Find a quote from someone that reinforces the word. That can be from anybody. And 3. Select a picture or image that represents the word so that when you see that image, you think of your word. What you're going to do then is just create a document. Could be a Word file, PowerPoint, Google, whatever, and just have the word, the quote, the image, and that is going to help you start 2021 off on a strong note, selecting your word. You may be saying to yourself, that's a great idea, but I don't know how to do this. Can you give me an example? The example I'll share is from last year, 2020. The word Kim and I chose was unity, so it was the year of unity. What that meant is we wanted to start making decisions that would reinforce us as a unit or a family. Pretty simple idea. Now, it doesn't mean that we would spend every single moment together or anything crazy like that. Instead, it was just a helpful question to have in the back of my mind when I would have to make a decision that would say, it is the year of unity. What decision should I make with that thought in mind? I then found a quote from, I think he's a Roman general, that talked about where there is unity, there is victory. And then the image I selected was from a Spartan race showing race participants working together to overcome an obstacle. I thought it was a powerful visual that just says, we're better together. And the reality, if you've ever run a Spartan race, is there's certain obstacles you can't do by yourself. They're impossible unless you work with others. Unity. I then created a PowerPoint chart that shows the word, the quote, and the image. It is below. What's the key takeaway? Figure out what is your word for 2021 that's going to help make it a better year for you. I can't pick it for you. You need to. Take some time and figure out what is that word. And no, it doesn't have to be profound. It can be something really simple. I'm Doug Keating, and this is My Letter to Sons. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Let's head out of here with another song by the greatest rock band of all time, Led Zeppelin.